Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the October Lower Providence Township Zoning Hearing Board meeting. We are going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I'm going to start with the roll call. Gary Brown.
Here.
Travis DeCaro.
Here.
I'm Chris Gertis, and I'm here. Mark Kuberski.
Here.
Joe Pucci.
Here.
Rusty Raymer.
Here.
And our solicitor, Keith McLennan.
Here.
Okay, and Gary, if you could start us off with our statement.
Yes, sir. The Zoning Hearing Board will give all interested parties an opportunity to ask questions and testify in connection with the applications being heard tonight. After a witness for the applicant completes testimony, you will be given an opportunity to ask questions of that witness. In addition, after an applicant has completed its case, you will also be given an opportunity to testify, which will require you to be sworn as a witness. If you wish to participate in the hearing on an application, you should complete the entry of appearance form, which will be provided to you by the zoning officer, Mike Brzezinski, here to my left. We ask your cooperation in maintaining silence during the hearing so that both the board and the court reporter can hear the testimony of the witness. We also ask that all cell phones be turned off.
Thank you, Gary. Okay, we have 6 hearings this evening. However, the first 2, as you'll find out in a moment, are requests for a continuance. So we're going to start with those. And Mark, if you could read our first hearing for us.
Sure. Hearing number 1, Z-25-13, HTC Associates LLC, 157 Level Road, Collegeville, PA, 19426. The applicant seeks interpretation to determine whether the damage meets the definition of substantial damage and substantial improvements. The applicant also seeks determination if the building meets the definition of a non-conforming use under the terms of the Floodplain Conservation District 143-188, together with any other relief deemed necessary or appropriate by the board. The parcel ID of the subject property is 43-00-00580-00-7. The subject property is located at 3616 Arcola Road and is in the R2 Residential Zoning District. This matter was continued from the September 25th, 2025.
Thank you, Mark. So Keith, I believe you've received a request.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Duffy, who represents the applicant, sent me an email requesting the delay, and he wrote that, he said, in consideration of the request, please be advised that I've had an important personal matter arise which has taken me out of town. I left on Sunday and do not anticipate being back into town before the hearing. Additionally, I've yet to receive any of the proposed expert reports the township intends on offering as the board directed at its last hearing. And if I receive them before the hearing, I do not have time to review and prepare for the hearing. I apologize for any inconvenience. He then followed that up and requested that the hearing be continued to the December 17th meeting. And I asked him whether he was going to waive the time constraints of the MPC with respect to conducting the hearing and rendering a decision. And he wrote back to me this evening saying, confirmed, we're waiving all time constraints. So with that, I certainly see no basis for an objection, but don't know if anybody's here that would otherwise object.
Is there anyone in the audience that would have a concern with the continuance? Okay, with that, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the continuance request made by Mr. Duffy to the December 17th, 2025 Lower Providence Township Zoning.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, I neglected to mention that the township has no objection as well.
The township has no objections. Thank you. So is there a second to my motion?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None?
There's no confusion that I'm not speaking for the township per se. I have learned from Mr. Mrzinski that the township has no objection to the continuance request because this board is independent of the township's board of supervisors, just so the audience recognizes that. Because often the line's blurred and people then attribute one with the other, and that's not the way this works.
Great. Thank you. So that continuance request has been approved. Now we could move on to the second request, and Rusty, if you could read that one for us.
Hearing number 2, Z-25-15, Giulio Cirillo, 811 North Park Avenue, Norristown, PA, 19403. The The applicant intends to subdivide the property and construct two single-family homes. The applicant seeks relief from section 143-14A and 143-14B and 143-7A2. Access to proposed rear lots increases the nonconformity of Lot 1, and extending access for two rear lots causes Lot 1 width to be less than 100 feet. The applicant also seeks relief from 143-20, as neither rear lot abuts a public street, together with any other relief deemed necessary or appropriate by the board. The parcel ID of the subject property is 43-00-10300-00-7. Subject property is located at 811 North Park Avenue and is in the R2 Residential Zoning District. This matter was continued from September 25th, 2025.
Thank you, Rusty. And likewise, I believe, Keith, you've received a continuance request as well.
I received a request from Mr. Mark Danick, who is the attorney for the applicant, and he requested that a continuance to the November meeting be granted so that they can submit an amended application and plan, and they have agreed to waive the MPC time requirements and the re-advertisement cost if necessary. But of course, since this is being announced at a meeting, there's no re-advertisement cost necessary.
Okay, is there anyone in the audience that has a concern or questions regarding the continuance request? Okay, with that, I'll make a motion that we approve the continuance request to the November Lower Providence Township Zoning Hearing Board meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Okay, so that continuance request has also been approved. Thank you all. And with that, we're going to move into our first case that we're going to hear tonight. And Travis, if you could read that for us.
Hearing number 3, Z-25-21, Josh Benson, 687 Sunnyside Ave, Audubon, PA 19403. The applicant is proposing to construct an addition to the current single-family dwelling. The applicant is requesting relief from section 143-37A2 for a 6.4-foot side yard setback where 20 feet is required. The parcel ID of the subject property is 43-00-14115-22-4. The subject property is located at 687 Sunnyside Avenue and is in the R2 Residential Zoning District.
Thank you, Travis. Do we have someone here to represent the case? Sir, if you could come to the microphone. And I assume that you don't have a legal representation tonight?
No.
Okay, before we get started, if we're going to swear you in, so if, Tim, you could help us with that?
Josh Benson, Joshbenson.
Okay, what we typically do when we have a case that we don't have a legal representative for, we ask that our code enforcement zoning officer, Mike Merzinski, introduce the hearing for us.
Thank you. For the board's consideration is a matter being brought by Mr. Benson at 687 Sunnyside Drive. It is in the R2 zoning district. Basically, the proposal is to construct an addition to the rear of the house. The applicant seeks to put the addition in line with the house which was built in 1979, so under different standards, as the board is aware. The request is to have a side yard setback of 6.4 feet where 20 feet would be required. I'd ask Mr. Benson to, speak to the hardships involved.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Mr. Benson.
How you doing? The hardship is that I have is 2006, the zoning Ordinances were updated for the R2 residential zoning district, and that made our dwelling non-compliant. So the building off of the gable wall, I thought would be okay, but it seems that it's not the 20 feet, so we're unable to achieve that. The hardship is pre-existing and not created by the homeowner. So yes, I can satisfy the 6 foot 4 inch setback by building off the gable wall, and I will not increase the encroachment on the property line. The extension is off of the back side of the house there, and it is in a pre-fenced-in area. So it is not going to impede any public pathways or common use areas. I've also spoken to all my surrounding neighbors, specifically the neighbor to the far right where this affects the most, and they are okay with this addition being put in. And it's pretty much all I have.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any questions from the board this time?
You also have a pool back there, so I'm assuming that's part of your hardship too, that you have to work around where the pool is too.
Correct, yeah, we have no slider out the back door. Those houses back, all the neighbors have double doors out the backyard. We only have a single door through the bed entryway with the washer and dryer, so we have the layout in those houses are rough, and now my kids are now 8 and 10, so everything's getting bigger and space is becoming an issue, so we can't shift the extension down to the middle of the house to satisfy the 20 feet, because they got pool, and the extension would be not really helpful then.
And as you state, you're maintaining the current footprint of the existing house with your extension.
Right, the gable wall, yeah, I didn't think there would be a variance, because the wall, I assumed, where the house was built would be fine with the property line, but, so I was just gonna extend that gable wall out, but finding out that wasn't possible without a variance, so.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, Mike, can you do Google Earth so we can just kind of see the next door neighbor and where the wall is he's referring to? Thank you.
While he's doing that, Mr. Benson, are you saying that before the change of the zoning ordinance in 2006, the setback was 6 foot 4 inches from your property line already? That's how it was built?
So I assumed that it was built and in code at the time it was being built.
You know what the setback requirement was back then?
I do not.
Okay. So you're saying as a result of the change in zoning, they expanded the side yard setback requirement?
Correct.
And that's your hardship, because it made it non-conforming at that point in time?
Correct, and it was nothing that it was pre-existing. Yeah, the lots are 90 feet wide in most of this neighborhood, and 20 feet on either way. Shrinks down the house being in code pretty small.
When was your house built, do you remember?
79?
79, okay.
Yeah, and a lot of the neighbors have the same issue with this, with a lot of the decks and the pools being put in and the extensions that.
When did you buy the house?
2015?
15?
Mr. Benson, there's about 11 feet between your existing bump out in the back of your house and where this one will end. Is that the doorway, the single doorway that you're talking about? Is that where that comes out? So the addition you're putting out the back is not connecting to a bump out that exists on the back of your house already?
No, it's.
There's a little space between them.
Right, and that space in the middle would be where the sliding glass.
Sliding glass door, right, okay. That's an exit, okay.
So it looks like you have a very robust front yard, and I presume also a robust backyard, is that right? But a very skinny lot.
Yep, it's 90 by 200 roughly. Yeah.
Because what we look for in the cases for a hardship is whether the lot is unique. And in this instance, you're suggesting that it's unique in the sense that they put an oversized house on an undersized lot, essentially, because you didn't have much on either side of your house, it seems like, right?
Correct.
That's how it was built in 79, as far as you know.
Right.
And if you look at your house, do you see that anything on the side that you're looking to install the addition, that was pre-existing, that was there from the beginning in 79, or was that an addition, do you know?
No, everything that was there was existing, yeah. The
Existing.
house- Yeah, it was a single owner before that, so they had about, close to 40 years of, so there was.
The
no-
house being in that,
Yeah,
in that
it was-
configuration.
Yeah, it was pretty stock when we got it, so there's.
Did you add the pool?
No.
That was there.
90s, I heard, somewhere around the 90s.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Pucci, you had a
No,
question.
that's good. So the question you asked, Keith, about, so the 6.4 feet was the existing zoning, code at the time. And you're just going to comply with that, just keep it going
Correct,
straight
yeah,
back.
just gonna go right down the side, yeah, if there's a, top view, but, some
And
of the
there
drawings.
should be a pointer there. Is there a pointer there? Because I invested like $5 to the township to get that pointer, so I won't want to use it.
Can we zoom in at all anymore? So, there we go, so, of course, it's a picture with the sun and the shade, but, so this gable wall here, it would go out kind of in line with that shadow.
Don't pick on my pointer because it's not working for you.
It's not liking that screen.
It's just off the TV set, it reflects, yeah.
But, so it's on that top right there.
It would just extend off of that.
Yep.
That was supposed to be able to show on a
Yeah, well,
TV
it
screen.
shows
It
for
did. There,
couple
it's very
minutes,
faint,
and then
very
it goes
faint.
away, so I don't know if the batteries.
Okay, so that's maybe it. Get some batteries, Mike, would you?
But yeah, I can. So this was existing, this little awning, but so that would be a little something like this, and then this middle here would be the walkway out to the outside, rather than through a single doorway through a washer and dryer.
Can you give us a quick overview of what the addition will consist of?
So it would be a enlarged kitchen on the first floor. There's the drawings here I can show. I don't know if you guys have all gotten them, but,
I think we have them.
so the,
Mr. Benson, are these the drawings?
yep,
There you go.
so the enlarged kitchen, so, I guess I'll just,
Why don't you do me a favor, Mr. Benson? You're too young to remember Phil Donahue, but he used to walk around the room with his microphone. You can take the microphone out of there,
I
and
do
you
look
can
like-
go and you can talk and point at the same time, because although you're tall like me, we are coordinated despite the conventional wisdom.
Here we go, yeah.
That's a two-story addition.
Yeah, so, the first floor, this part is the extension, the addition. So, the kitchen is going to be here. And, then this middle area would be where the sliding glass doors would be. In lieu of this area here was currently, this is the only entrance to the outside, out back, single door through the washer and dryer, so. Double doors here, kitchen here. The wall between the kitchen and the dining room comes down, which most of the houses in the area have done already, but that didn't solve a lot of our other issues. So put that extension there. That's the first floor. Second floor, very small walk-in closet, single vanity master bedroom or bathroom. So extended that, and then we have a real walk-in closet, and we're able to bring the washer and dryer upstairs in the existing closet.
So you touched upon something when you said that others in the neighborhood have done something similar. Can you enlighten us a bit more on that? Because that's one of the factors that the law requires us to look at, or the board to look at, and that is it going to change the nature of the neighborhood? And if there's others who have done this, then I think the board would be enlightened by that discussion.
Yeah, so others have extended, redone their kitchen and removed the dining room wall and stuff like that. There's been additions to the en suites for other several neighbors as well. So these houses, just the layout, the 1979 with the front formal room, the dining room, the kitchen, all closed off, have all been kind of redone a good bit. So I'm just trying to. I've replaced as much as I could without touching anything structurally or building anything new, and I'm at the point now where we need to do something else. And opening up the dining room only for a kitchen It doesn't solve the sliding glass door or the laundry issue or the master bedroom and walk-in closet issue. So building a two-story extension satisfies all of our needs.
So others have done this, and there's been, as far as you know, they either came in here for a variance to do so, or you don't know, I presume, that they've done it, though.
Yeah, I know that my one neighbor behind me did it for the pool and the deck. The neighbor next to them had an ensuite put in sometime in 2010-ish. I live on Sunnyside Avenue, so a lot of code enforcement and people drive by and make sure that I have permits. Some of the other neighbors are living on
So the
back
cops
roads.
are out, the code enforcement police are out and about.
So I guess what I'm saying is I don't know that all these other people have gotten permits for that work. But I can't say, I don't know who they are, or I mean, I don't.
Got it. I don't want you to rat anybody out. That's not the purpose
No,
of my question, but,
I know a lot of these houses within that neighborhood are all very similar, and there's been a lot of work done to most of them, or several of them, I should say.
okay, so it's not going to alter the essential character of the neighborhood is what I get from that.
Correct,
The
yes.
lot is a bit narrow. The room to move is not robust. So those are all good signs for you. And you're not looking to vary necessarily the side yard setback. You're going to go along the same existing side yard setback. So that's
Correct.
helpful to you as well. I had another question, but I lost it because I have gray hair, so I can't remember everything very quickly. But I will, if other board members have questions.
So I was just looking, I don't see any of the calculations for impervious or building coverage, so I assume that you're staying within the,
Yes, I did that for the shed, I believe, and the driveway extension, which were both zone permitted, and I did the calculation for this one, and we're still
still compliant.
Yep.
Okay, great, thank you. That was all I had.
You've gone through the permitting process for those extensions, is what you just alluded to, correct?
For the other work, yes. Yeah,
So you're a good citizen.
try to be.
That helps you too.
Yeah.
All right, the one question I was going to ask you, do you own this by yourself?
My wife. And
Your wife owns it as well? What's her name?
Karen,
Erin. And does she agree with this project that you're undertaking?
she does.
She does? Well, sometimes, we've had them where, somebody comes in here rogue, so we want to make sure.
No, yeah,
Is Karen here tonight?
no, yeah, we got the boys are in sports, so she's taking care of that.
Okay, so you're bearing the laboring oar, but you're representing that she's also on board with this?
I am.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Any other questions from the board? Is there anyone in the audience that has any questions? Anyone in the audience who would like to testify either in favor of or against the project?
Have the other portion of the law, if you look at the ordinance that we have to go through, is public safety issues. You're not changing anything with traffic patterns. You're not changing anything with sewer connections or water, right? None of that stuff's changing. You're adding perhaps a bathroom, is that right, or upstairs?
Moving it, yeah.
Moving it, okay. That's not going to change any EDUs or anything like that. As far as you know, your coverage of the lot is satisfactory, and Mike, you haven't seen any objection to anything as far as impervious or lot size, okay? So you're not overcrowding the land. It's suitable for what you're trying to do. You're not, with the addition, you said that you spoke to your neighbor on the right side, if we're looking at that image, and they have no objection?
Nope.
And so you're not blocking any of their flow or their use of their property in any way. So you're not going to place any undue burdens on police, fire, EMS, anything like that, because it's just, you're living there with your kids and your wife and everybody's happy, right?
Plan.
Perfect. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Chair, nothing further.
Okay, would you like to go through the housekeeping with us?
That's what we do now, Mr. Benson, is we go through the notice requirements, because believe it or not, this is what we call due process. You've probably heard a lot about that in the news lately, but we actually follow it here. What does that mean? It means that you get notice, as do your neighbors. So if they have an objection, they can come out and voice their objections or support, which is great too. So this certificate says that your property was posted with a sign that is one of our most beautiful signs in the township. that says this is subject to an application for zoning relief, so that the world knows who drives by, okay? And that's what this is. We're going to mark this as Board Exhibit 1. Do you have any problem with that? Okay. The next item is going to be the letter that's sent to people within 500 feet of your property, because again, you want to put people on notice of what you plan to do with the property, so if they have an objection, they can come in here, or if they want to support it, they can come in here. This letter would have been sent to people within 500 feet. Do you have any objection to our marking this as B2 for Board 2? Next item is the mailing matrix, which I joke is always your holiday card list now. You can send all your neighbors a list, a nice holiday card saying, it's great to have you in the neighborhood, but this is who would have received that notice. Do you have any objection to that being B3?
Nope.
Next item, of course, is the certificate of notification that those letters were actually sent out to people. Do you have any objection to our marking that as B4 and including it in the record in that fashion?
Nope.
And then what we also do is we'll get, after the hearing, we'll get a proof of publication from the newspaper, because the law requires that we advertise these in 2 newspapers, the legal publication for the county as well as a local newspaper. Who does that anymore? I don't know, but we do it. But we don't get that in time, so we're going to include that as B5 in the record. Any objection to that when we get it? And we're going to take your application, which is here, that has attachments to it, and it looks like it has your signature. Is it Joshua L. Benson?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's your signature, correct, on the document? We're going to mark this as A1 for applicant exhibit 1. Is that okay with you?
That works. Yes.
Do you have anything else that you want to introduce into the record?
Nope, I don't think so. I submitted everything else, and yeah, you have it all. Yep, the
Okay,
drawings and the
perfect.
application, yep.
So with that, we'll admit that into the record of the case.
Okay.
So, that's it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, with that, we're going to pause for a few minutes, and we're going to go in the back room, talk about it, and we'll be right back out. Okay, we are back. Do I have a motion for the hearing?
I will make a motion. The application of Joshua L. and Karen Benson, docket number Z-25-21, for a variance from section 143-37, section A, 2 of the Lower Providence Township zoning ordinance to permit the construction of an addition with a 6-foot 4-inch side yard setback where a minimum of 20 feet is required in the R2 residential district is granted, subject to the following conditions. Consistent with other applicable regulations, construction placement shall be as per the application, testimony, plans, and exhibits introduced into evidence in this case.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Congratulations. Good luck with your project.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, we're going to proceed with hearing number 4, and Joe, if you could read that for us.
Yes. Z-25-22. Excuse me if I butcher the name, but Rhiannon Serpico, 2839 Eagleville Road, Audubon, PA, 19403. The applicant is proposing to construct an in-law suite. The applicant is requesting relief from section 143-6 2P1 for 1,218 square feet, where 800 square feet is permitted. The parcel ID of the subject property is 43-000-03300-07-7. The subject property is located at 2839 Eagleville Road and is in the R2 zoning district.
Thank you, Joe. And it looks like we have someone to represent the case. Are you the owner? Or?
Good evening, gentlemen. Yes, I'm one of the owners. My wife was going to speak tonight, but she asked if I would do it, so.
Okay.
I'm Todd Serpico. I'm Rhiannon Serpico's husband.
Okay, why don't we swear both folks in?
So, Mr. Wright, testimony about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so be it.
So, they do.
You got both? All right. And since you heard the other case where if we don't have legal representation, we ask that Mr. Merzinski introduce the case for us.
Thank you again. For the board's consideration is a matter brought by the Serpicos at 2839 Eagleville Road, requesting relief specifically from the standards for in-law suites, which are in the definition section of the ordinance, as the board is familiar under 143-6. And the standard specifically that is of issue tonight is that in-law suites are limited to a maximum of 800 square feet. The Serpicos are looking for a slightly bigger one, 1,218 feet. And the reason being is it's being designed with the intent of having a caregiver who will be likely to be needed with the care of their family member. And so in order to provide for the two people, they needed the additional 418 square feet. And so that is the matter that's before the board this evening.
Okay, thank you, Mike. If you guys could just fill us in on additional details, what in addition to Mike's introduction.
Happy to do that. Again, my wife wrote a letter. I'm just going to ad lib and change it to be from me. So good evening, board members. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for your time here this evening. My name is Todd Daniel Serpico. This is my wife, Rhiannon Marie Serpico. We are residents of Lower Providence Township. My wife is a full-time registered nurse over here at Arcola in Skyview. And I'm a fifth grade teacher in Radnor Township. We're here to formally request your consideration for the addition of the in-law suite to our property, which we believe is essential for both personal and compassionate reasons. Our parents here this evening, Lou Storty, Kathy Storty, are currently residing in a two-story home in East Norton. They are both beginning to experience increasing physical limitations that make navigating stairs and maintaining their home challenging and at times unsafe. As their son-in-law and daughter, who is a healthcare professional, we feel a strong responsibility and deep desire to provide them with the necessary care that they need in support as they age. As an in-law suite would allow them to live independently while still being close enough for us to provide that daily assistance, monitor their health, respond quickly in case of any emergency. This arrangement will help maintain their dignity, improve their quality of life, and ease the emotional burden that often accompanies aging and declining health. We do understand that the changes to the residential property, especially additions such as in-law suites, may raise questions or concerns from amongst neighbors in the township. Please know that we are fully committed to ensuring that any construction will be done in accordance with all local ordinances and utmost respect for the character of our beautiful neighborhood. Our goal is not only to care for our parents, but to do so in a way which maintains the integrity and peacefulness of our community. We thank you very much for your time here this evening, your understanding and consideration of this request. We would be more than happy now to provide any additional information, additional meetings, or work closely with the township to ensure that all the requirements are met and community concerns are addressed. Thank you.
Thanks. I'm going to start with a few questions. What is the existing home's total floor area?
Total.
How big's the current house, you know?
Off the top of my head, is it
2,000 square foot,
20
3,000 square, how many bedrooms?
2,400 square feet, I think it is, sir.
Okay.
Okay, and so you heard Mike talk about the code. The code requires that an in-law suite not be larger than 50% of the total floor area. That's why I asked
Okay.
total floor area. So you're kind of close to that, but in no event greater than 800 square feet. So I understand the need, but why such a big space?
I mean, if I could speak.
Yep, if you could speak into the mic, because we're recording this.
Sorry. I do.
You could pull it down.
You can pull it down to see now.
Thank you.
You know, it is going to be built for two people. I do anticipate at some point, I work full-time, he works full-time, that there will be needing to be caregivers there. So having three people and assisted devices in 800 square feet is tight. So our contractor, drew up that plan that we all went back and forth several times and adjusted it to where we thought would be a comfortable space for them, and if we needed to bring in additional help, it would be comfortable for them to live in.
Okay.
I don't see like two bedrooms. I see a bedroom and an office. You said there's a caretaker. I mean, what is the, are they living together?
The office would be like a bedroom or office. If we had to put a bed in there for a caretaker, we would.
So it's not a live-in caretaker.
No, it would just be like when I'm at work, if I'm at work and we need somebody to help them, that person would be there.
They would come
Or
during the
if
day.
we could get to a point where you need somebody overnight, and we do have 4 children. We both work full-time. If things, part of is to avoid putting them into a nursing home at some point. If we had to bring in somebody overnight for a shift or 2, we would need the extra space.
So the new space will include 1 bedroom, the office as you just described, also a kitchen and a living room?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And the entry to the existing home, I'm not seeing that because maybe I'm looking at the wrong space. Oh, I see it. It's a. So that's
Where is it? Just tell us where it
yeah,
is.
Where is it?
No change to the existing entry, sir.
And Mr. Serpico, why don't you grab that other microphone so that you can also be on,
Phil Donahue?
yeah, you can be Phil Donahue, or you can be on camera, and we can hear your melodic voice.
So the addition will be completely separate from the existing home, other than it's attached. There won't be a direct entry into the existing home?
Correct.
Okay.
We're on that corner lot there of Eagleville, so it's going to go on the side of the house closest to the corner in the street and the stream.
Anybody else done something similar in the neighborhood, do you know?
I do
Not that I'm aware of.
Have people made additions, though, whether they're in-law suites or not?
We've been there a little more than 10 years.
We don't really have neighbors where we are. We have our.
That's what I'm getting at. It's a pretty big lot, it's pretty isolated, so
Yeah.
by putting it there, it's not necessarily gonna intrude on anybody else's space.
No, nobody has to look at it, and, our yards where our one good set of friends.
Sir, with your hand in the back, I don't want you to get tired by putting it up there, but you'll have a chance, thanks.
Yeah, we'll ask you in a minute.
So yes, no,
This is
there's,
where the
there's no
addition's gonna go here.
on that side of the house.
There's what, I'm sorry? And one at a time, I'm sorry.
The
He's your-
addition's gonna
he's-
go
he's
right
your- He's your Carol Merrill, or whatever they call the person who does the pointing, you're talking.
I'm talking.
So what, tell
There are
us.
no neighbors if you're facing the house to the right. Our backyards meet with our neighbors and good friends, but the way their house sits, they don't even have, what they look out to will not be our addition. So they look out more towards the cul-de-sac from their kitchen window. So nobody really is gonna have to look at it.
So the house to the right in this image faces, in essence, toward us and not toward is that a street that goes there, or is that a driveway right
That's
there?
the street.
This is Blue Teal, sir.
Got it.
We have letters from all of our neighbors in support of this
Do you?
project.
Did you bring them?
I
We did, sir. And we
Sweet.
have a
Sir's my
witness.
father, it's okay, but thank you.
Would you like them?
Yes, we would love them. Thank you very much. All right, so you heard a little bit in the previous hearing about what the law requires. The law requires, there's a 5-part variance test that we have to entertain here, because the ordinance has a certain amount of square footage that can be done without even coming here. It's what they call by right. You could have built something that's 800 square feet by right, for the most part. Because I don't think that you're changing any of the setback issues or altering that. It's just the size. So the ordinance requires, or the law requires this 5-part variance test, which is what's the hardship? And tell me a bit about the lot. It is sort of an arcing lot. That's the blue teal arc that you pointed to earlier, right?
Correct.
And how big is the lot, do you know?
I think it's 3/4 of an acre.
So it's a pretty good sized lot.
Yes, sir. I know it's not, sir.
You're
Mr.
fine,
McClellan.
you're fine.
0.84 acres.
Okay, so it's just under an acre, basically. Okay, and you're not really having a problem putting it there because you have plenty of space to put it there. So the only issue is the 800 feet.
Correct.
Stealing my thunder over here. All right, so the hardship that you're describing is that your parents are going to need some care when you're not there, and as a consequence, you want the larger space so that you can put a caregiver in that space. I'm not sure that's a hardship under the ordinance, but the physical circumstances or conditions of the property aren't really having an impact. The character of the neighborhood, when you had mentioned earlier that you're not aware of anybody else doing this, how about this? It looks like we've zoomed out a bit and there's a house to your left. If we're facing the screen, there's a pretty big distance between that house and your house, correct?
Yes.
And in that neighborhood, which looks like is this an R1 zoning, I believe? Is that what it is?
I'm not
R2.
certain. of the
R2?
zoning.
I'm sorry,
It's R2.
R2.
It's R2 on that side of the road.
meaning what, their side?
Yes.
So, but they have oversized lots in the R2, it looks like. Okay. But in that neighborhood, have you seen any other additions added that were put on these houses anywhere?
I have not.
Okay. All right. But I presume your contention is that the addition of this structure will not alter the essential character of the neighborhood? You're shaking your head no. Now, you understand the reason why the ordinance exists, because we don't want people having boarding houses in these neighborhoods, right? And what happens is, and no disrespect to your parents, but when they're not there anymore, we don't want you renting this stuff out,
Trust
right?
Understood.
We understand.
So that's why the ordinance limits the size and limits what can go in there. That's the whole point. It's not like they're trying to just jam you up.
Right.
It's trying to protect the nature of the neighborhood. And you'll commit that you wouldn't do that, obviously, because there is, with an in-law suite, there's a reporting requirement. Do you realize that? You have to report, I think it's annually, whether there's any changes.
That's
So,
we,
you have to
Understood.
comply.
yep, we understand.
Okay. And the application was, and how do I say your first name, ma'am?
Rhiannon,
Rhiannon.
yep.
Like Fleetwood Mac.
I was gonna
That's
say.
it.
Come on.
I was
You
just
nailed it.
getting there.
That,
You just made their
Rhiannon.
day
Nice.
by recognizing me.
Rhiannon, okay, Rhiannon. Anyway. And Mr. Serpico, we have your name, but you're both in on this, even though Rhiannon, you applied
yes,
without him,
I did. Yeah.
but you brought him tonight, which was great. All right, so you're
Yes.
both in. So
We're all in.
we're gonna include that in the application when we close up here, just so that
Thank you.
there's nobody going rogue here. And Mr. and Mrs. Mom and Dad, do you have anything that you want to talk about? Okay. It's nice that you brought them. That's helpful too to the board, because it's demonstrative evidence. We see you here. That's nice. Now, let's get to the issue of safety. You heard in the previous hearing about asking questions about public safety and how it's impacted. I presume that this property is connected to the sewer, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you have public water there too, right?
Yes.
You're not changing anything with that with this addition, right?
No.
So you're not going to tax the system.
No.
You'll have a couple more people living in there. You had 4 kids, you said?
We did.
Yes.
God bless you. So from that perspective, you're going to have a little slumber party there with grandmom and grandpa.
They don't know it yet.
All right. Are you going to impact either side? No, not with light or air movement or anything like that. It's not going to have any
No,
impact.
sir.
You're not going to have any sort of impact on the emergency services or the fire service or anything like that,
No.
correct? There is going to be access for them separate from yours, is that
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Is there going to be a pass-through at all? I think Mr. Gertis already asked that question, and I'm not sure I heard it.
We will, we're gonna share the driveway. We probably will put in for a permit to expand the driveway after all of this is said and done. But the entrance will be, there'll be a walkway. It will be like a covered porch seen in the drawing, and their entrance will be, a couple
To
feet
the
away
side
from
to
my
where they're
front door.
going in, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to extend across the front here, and they'll have their own entranceway to their in-law quarters right here.
Okay. And it's going to blend, I presume you're going to try and make it blend with the existing dwelling?
We're going to use the same color siding, and so yes, it's going to blend. Our contractor already secured the materials.
Okay. I think that, based upon what you've said already, I think all the other issues have been addressed. It's not going to have an adverse impact upon public health, safety, morals, general public welfare, et cetera. So, no increased risk of fire or panic. You'll comply with all the other ordinance requirements if it's built.
Correct.
I have nothing further, Mr. Chair.
Any other questions from the board? Okay, do we have anyone in the audience who has a question? Anyone who, in the audience who would like to testify? Sir, you raised your hand, you'd like to testify? Okay, if you can come up and, before you start, Tim will swear you in.
Swear solemnly swear the testimony about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
State your name as well.
Matt Dutton, Mattdutton.
Where do you live?
I live at 106 Blue Teal Circle, which is
That house that we've been talking about, just next to
Right.
that one?
right next to the, yeah.
Okay, you're blocked by trees there,
Been there
right?
since 2025, or 2020, 5 years. So we're blocked by the trees. My wife and I wrote a letter, mostly my wife because she's smarter than me.
You're taller than she is, I presume, right?
She's only 5'2", so I'm much taller, yes. She's definitely better looking. So if you'd like me to read the letter,
Do we have it?
you have the letter?
Yeah,
so you can read
we've
it.
seen it.
So we've been friends with the Serpicos. We knew them before we moved in, and since we moved in, we have become very close friends. Our children dance together, play sports together. We take care of each other like family. And we know how close they are to their family, and especially in this case, Rhiannon's mom and dad, and just the salt of the earth. They volunteer for every single thing that they can in the community, very involved. And Rhiannon being a registered nurse, finishing up her master's, it's a perfect scenario for her to be able to take care of her parents. And they are always involved in helping everyone in the neighborhood. And we'd love to see them be able to take their parents in and be able to care for them in their elder years. So with that said, we're hoping that you're able to approve this addition for them.
So you're sure about that, right? There's already 6 people there. Now you're going to have to make them, her parents part of your family now too, right? You ready with that?
We have 7. So we have 5 kids. So
What's going on over there?
there's a lot going on. Yeah. Yeah. So they're actually going to be tying us right now pretty close to it. So with that said, thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Just one last comment for the record. I see it on the drawing, but the in-law suite will be compliant with all of the setback requirements as well as the building coverage and impervious coverage, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Great. Anything else? Housekeeping?
Yes, I have it here somewhere. All right, so on the screen, you saw before in the hearing that you sat through earlier what we do here. certificate of posting, the property was posted with a sign that said that there was going to be a hearing associated with your property, your plan. Do you have any objection to that being marked as B1?
No objection.
Next item is the letter that would have been sent to people within 500 feet of your property. We're going to mark that as B2. Any objection to that?
No objection.
Next one is the mailing matrix, which is all the people within 500 feet that received the letter that was B2 to let them know about this hearing. So if they had an objection or they wanted to come out and support, they could do so. Any objection to that being B3?
No objection to B3.
B4 would be the certificate of notification, which indicates that the township mailed out those letters to those people on that mailing metrics of B2, or B3. This is B4, so any objection to that being marked as B4?
No objection.
And then B5 would be the proof of publication in the newspaper of general circulation and the legal publication for the county, putting the world on notice of this hearing, that if they wanted to come out and they wanted to support you or oppose you, they could do so, and there's nobody here doing that, so that's a good thing for you. There's people here supporting you, but not necessarily opposing you. And then we're gonna mark that, or mark your application with your name on it, Mr. Serpico, not to steal the thunder of your wife, because she did an excellent job with it, but you're gonna be added to this as a party to the application as well. Any objection to that?
No objection.
And we're going to mark that as A1 for applicant 1. Any objection to us including it in the record in that way?
No objection.
And Mrs. Serpico, you signed this document, correct, at the end?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You also gave us some drawings, and we'll mark that as A2, that has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like 12 pages. Any objection to us marking that as A2,
No objection.
including it in the record? They're admitted. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thanks, Keith. If there are no other questions or comments, I think we're going to pause the meeting and we're going to go back and talk for a bit. We'll be back.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, we are back. We deliberated. We listened to Fleetwood Mac a little bit for inspiration. Do we have, I think, Mark is going to make a motion for us.
I have a motion. The application of Rhiannon and Todd Serpico, docket Z-25-22, for a variance from section 143-6.2 P1 of Lower Providence Township zoning ordinance to permit the construction of an in-law suite of 1,218 square feet of space, where 800 square feet is permitted, and the R2 residential district is granted, subject to the following conditions. Consistent with all other applicable regulations, construction, placement, and design shall be as per the application, testimony, plans, and exhibits introduced into evidence in this case. 2. Comply with the specific requirements of 143-6.2 P 1 through 14.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Congratulations. Good luck with your project.
Before you go, Mr. and Mrs. Serpico, so that you know, 1 through 14, have you read that ordinance section? So you have to do an annual reporting, and in the event that your parents are no longer there, you have to, in essence, let the township know, because you lose the zoning permit for that purpose, and you have to remove the kitchen. So that's what's in the ordinance. So read that 143-62P, 1 through 14, to make sure you can comply with those things before you invest a boatload of money into this addition.
Can I ask a question about that?
Certainly. Come on up. Don't be shy.
Just a quick question about, when they are no longer there, we have 4 kids. If one of my children wanted to live there post-school to save
You
some money,
can
is
use it as an
that-
addition to your house, but you can't have a cooking area in there at
Gotcha.
that point in
So the stove would
time.
just need to be removed.
Correct.
Probably in our best interest anyway, or with the children. Yeah.
But
Okay.
you'll deal with the township on that level when it
When that
happens.
Okay.
And before you also go, because I was just handed by my lovely assistant over here, Rusty, these letters, and I want to include those in the record. So we'll include those as applicant exhibit A3 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Any objection to that?
No,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Okay, with that, thank you and good luck with your project. Okay, we're going to proceed now to our fifth hearing tonight, and Gary, if you could read that for us.
Okay, our next hearing is number Z-25-23, Mark Gilpatrick, 2943 Eagleville Road, Audubon, PA, 19403. Applicant is requesting an amendment to hearing Z-98-37, a decision to maintain bath for personal use. The parcel ID of subject property is 43-00-03325-00-7. The subject property is located at 2943 Eagleville Road and is in the R2 zoning district.
Thank you, Gary. Do we have someone here to present this case? Okay, come on up. And like I asked the other parties, I assume you don't have legal representation?
No, his wife, he's hearing impaired, so he can't hear you, so I'm gonna be signing whatever you guys are asking him.
Okay, great. So,
Carol
Be-
Gilpatrick, Mark Gilpatrick.
Tell me sure the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
I do.
okay, thank you. So with that, Mike will ask if you could introduce the hearing for us.
Yes, thank you again. The Gilpatricks from 2943 Eagleville Road are requesting a amendment of a previous zoning hearing board decision. This is relative to a constructed detached garage. At the time of the zoning hearing board relief, there was a stipulation, a condition that was put on that decision that said that there was to be no plumbing put into that garage. Upon a resale inspection, which was recently conducted, we found that condition had not been adhered to. Therefore, we had discussions with the Gilpatricks, and they would ask that the decision be amended so that the existing bathroom facility could be maintained, even though it was not compliant with the previous issued decision many years ago. The house itself was built in 1964. I believe that the garage was approximately 1998.
Okay, thank you, Mike. We haven't had any hearing impaired folks before, so if we speak too quickly or whatever,
I'll tell
we more than encourage you to interrupt us, and we'll say it again. Okay, with that, if you could tell us anything additional besides what Mike talked about.
Okay, I'm gonna talk for him because, we wanna sell our home. Because we are empty nester, we wanna get one floor, and we wanna move closer to our girls. So with that being said, we had a realtor come over and we realized that we wanna make sure everything is okay before the buyer, let's put it that way.
Mrs. Gilpatrick, I'm sorry, can you just use that microphone more closely? Because this gets recorded, so.
Sorry. You hear me now?
Perfect,
Okay.
thanks.
All right, you want me to say it again?
No, you
Oh.
can just pick up where you left off. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, so with that being said, we put an in-ground pool in back in 1999. So with that, I think it was 1999 or 2000, can't remember what year. So with that being said, we added a bathroom in our garage. Okay, and then the sewer was attached to the house. We had no idea that, we thought that was okay. We didn't know, so that's why we're coming up front to let you know that we want everything to be okay before we bought our house, sell our house. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Looking for the property view, that's all we're looking for here. And how much do you think the house is worth?
I hope $750.
Okay, the $750,000 question is,
sorry, what's that?
The $750,000 question is, why back in 1998 was there a specific restriction on putting connections to the sewer? If you remember, but talking to the microphone so we can
Oh,
pick it all up.
When we had the garage built, the two-car, it's not attached to the house. When we put an in-ground pool, then we thought, oh, God, please put a bathroom in the garage. I don't want all these kids running in the house using the bathroom. So we put a bathroom in. We didn't, and the subcontractor, so he put the plumbing in, and then we did the sewer attached to the back of to the house.
When the garage was built?
No, the garage was not there when we bought the
But
house.
when they put the garage in, did the contractor connect to the sewer then?
No,
Okay, it was after the fact.
it was after the fact, yes.
And that was, so a year or two after the decision is what it looks like, right?
Correct, right? Yeah.
Okay, so the challenge that you have is there's an opinion that specifically said, conditioned that the grant of the zoning relief,
I'm sorry, what was that?
grant of the zoning relief was specifically conditioned upon your not putting connections to the sewer.
We didn't know that. That's the
But
problem.
it says it right in the opinion.
Yeah, we know that now.
And were you,
The sewer is connected to our basement.
your basement soil pipe, is that what it's connected to?
Yeah.
Okay. It says no sewer connection, so this is pretty good. This is actually, you're thinking like a lawyer in the sense that you say, wait a second, it says there's no sewer connection. And what you're telling me is it's not connected to the sewer, it's connected to your own
It's
drain
connected
pipe.
to our house, yeah, it's connected to our house.
Okay, well, that's an interesting argument.
It's connected to the house. That's better. That's what I'm trying to say.
Got it. It's not directly connected to the sewer line.
No, it's connected to the house.
Now, were you represented by a lawyer back then?
No,
And you say you didn't know that was a condition? The document says it specifically at the end, just above the signatures. And did you folks attach this, did you attach this to your application?
this,
Opinion, yeah, the opinion from the zoning hearing board in 1998.
I'm sorry, I'm confused.
No, we got this application.
Right,
We're gonna mark this as A1, as you saw before what we did with the other people, right? We're gonna mark this as A1. Attached to A1 is a decision from the zoning hearing board, right? From 1998. All these people up here, they were still playing basketball as teenagers then. All right? So they weren't here when that happened. But there is this opinion, right? And you got this opinion when you applied for a variance back then, right?
back in 1999?
98, when you got this decision.
I,
Sorry, I'm jumping around on you, I
I'm so
apologize.
confused.
But let's back up one step further. So this application that you submitted
Yeah,
has this attached to it, this decision.
yeah,
Did you attach this?
yeah.
Okay. I like that because it says that you ultimately were being forward with us. You weren't trying to hide anything.
Oh, no.
Because that then, of course, brings up other issues.
No,
So you're saying you didn't know that you couldn't connect to the sewer back then?
I'm saying when we put the bathroom in the garage, he connected the sewer to the back of the house, to the basement.
The toilet is connected to the drain pipe that's in your house?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Item 10 in the decision says that the applicant testified that neither water nor sewer would be connected to the garage.
And is there water connected to the garage now?
Say that again?
Is there water connected to the garage?
Well, yeah,
So that's how you flush the toilet?
yeah,
And that's connected to the
the house,
pipes in the house?
yeah.
Okay.
And we have well water. with that.
Well, that tends to help you only in the sense that you didn't want to install a drain field or a septic or anything like that,
No,
because you have public sewer.
yeah, right.
What do you think, Michael? What's the issue from the enforcement perspective?
Can I ask a question? What fixtures, is it a sink? Is it a toilet? Is there anything else in there?
There's a toilet and a sink.
No shower?
Yeah, there's a shower.
Shower, toilet, and sink
And
in there.
a sink, yeah.
We're going into personal opinion here. As a zoning officer, I'm looking at protecting the decision of the board from
Before.
98. That's this half of me. The other half of me is looking at it, is there largely a community impact? Probably not, in the sense of an impact to public infrastructure, or the, probably what was the biggest concern was the rental possibilities of that detached garage. So there aren't cooking facilities in there. It's probably of limited possibility for any kind of.
Let's explore that. What's in that garage?
It's a two-car garage and a bathroom and a man cave.
Man cave. What's in the man cave?
Man cave is a TV, mini fridge, and a couch.
And is that in a separate area of the garage or with the cars or what is it?
No, it's on the second floor.
Second floor. What else is up?
That's it, and a storage.
Is the second floor finished with drywall and insulation?
Does the second floor have drywall? Yeah, drywall. Have insulation? Yeah.
Is it heated?
Is it heated?
Is it heated up there? Yes.
Air conditioning too, or just heat?
I'm sorry.
Air conditioning too, or just heat?
No. Is the air conditioning up there? Window air.
How about the first floor?
Now, the first floor has ceiling fan.
And no heat?
No heat. No.
What do you do with the bathrooms on the first floor?
The first floor.
What do you do with the bathroom when it's wintertime? Winterize it?
Yeah. You take the water out in the wintertime.
So it's unusable for 3 to 4 months out of the
Not used
year?
through the winter.
Well, that helps you. That helps you. The point of this is that they didn't want back then and we don't want today separate living areas.
Oh, no.
Because what happens is people then bring in everybody that they can to make money on these properties, and they're not.
Making money.
Well,
Trust me,
I
we're
understand.
Not making money.
I understand.
But you're selling, and
Yeah.
who's to say that the next owners aren't going to want to do that?
Well, I'm going to tell them. I mean, they're going to have to come in contact with you guys. I mean, we want to sell it as it is. We're both retired. We want to move. So I just want to be honest up front with the township and the realtor. If whoever wants
Sure.
to buy it, if they want to turn that into an in-law suite, they can. They have to come here first.
Well, that's the issue. If there was a condition placed on what you're trying to do of disabling that bathroom, would you do it?
We really don't want to, but if you.
You don't want to, for what reason?
It's a lot of work. We're old.
But you could hire somebody
Oh, I don't
theoretically.
want to hire anybody. I want to try to keep all the money I can keep. He said, would you dimension the bathroom? I said, I don't want to dimension. So you're trying to tell us we have to demolish it?
No, I'm just asking, I'm asking the question. Is there a way that you can, in essence, render it inoperable? And if the person who wants to turn it back into a bathroom, when they buy it, would have to come back and get that approval?
Right.
I'm not trying to jam you up, but there was a specific opinion that said you can't do that. Now, the question is, can we distinguish between the sewer line connection and your own house connection?
Yeah.
Which is what you pointed out.
Yeah.
You can cap, if you cap the line, cap off the sewer line and cap the water line off, and then
At the house.
At the house, cap them off, so that, and then just leave the bathroom there. And then they would have to come back to get it reattached if they wanted to.
I'm sorry, you mean cap the sewer line?
Cap
from
the sewer line
garage?
off, disconnect it, and cap it off, so it's not connected to that bathroom anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
and then, like I said, then if people come back, they would have to ask for the approvals then.
So we don't really have to take it all down, we could just
No,
cap it.
no, just cap it, so it's not usable.
No, you don't have to take the
Hold
toilet
the
out,
toilet, put a plug in it,
just cap it.
little
And
concrete.
if people buy the house, they don't want the bathroom, they can get rid of it themselves.
Okay, so, any other questions by the board? Anyone in the audience have any questions? Anyone in the audience like to testify? Okay. Keith, would you like to do housekeeping? Mike?
Oh, just asking her to bring them up. All right, so, as we did last time, certificate of posting, we're gonna mark that as B1.
Oh, B1.
B1 for Board Exhibit 1. Okay? Any objection to that being included in the record?
No.
B2 is the letter that would have been sent to people within 500 feet of your property. Any objection to that being included as B2?
You guys gonna send it, right?
Yes.
No objection.
B3 is the mailing matrix of the people within 500 feet. Any objection to that?
No.
And B4 is the certificate of notification, which means the letter that was B2 was sent to the people that were listed on B3. So we're going to mark this as B4. Any objection to that?
No.
We also will get the proof of publication from the newspaper of general circulation and the legal publication for the county after this hearing.
Okay.
Any objection to that being B5? Okay, great. Now, we already talked about your application as being A1, right?
Yeah.
We're going to include that as A1, and the two of you on this property, correct?
Yeah.
And what's your first name again?
Carol.
Carol. So Carol and Mark are the applicants. Because you both own the property, right? And Mark signed this.
Yeah.
We'll mark this as A1 along with the attachment, which is the zoning opinion. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, with that, we are going to pause and deliberate in the back room for a few moments, okay? Okay, we are back from deliberating, and Travis, you have a motion to make for us.
The application of Mark Gilpatrick, docket number Z-25-23, to amend the October 23rd, 1998 decision of the zoning hearing board to permit connecting his garage to the public sewer that was otherwise expressly restricted in that decision is denied. However, we would encourage the township to comply strictly with the disconnection of the water and sewer, not necessarily the bathroom.
Do I have a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. We're sorry, but we appreciate you coming here, and again, as Travis read, you could work with Mike on the compliance with the decision. Okay, with that, we are going to move to our final hearing this evening, hearing number 6, and Mark, if you could read that for us.
Hearing number 6, Z-25-24, Jason and Rachel Long, 2909 Pheasant Run Road, Audubon, PA, 19403. Applicant is proposing to construct an addition to an existing single-family dwelling. The applicant is requesting relief from section 143-37A2 for a 16.4 feet side yard setback where 20 feet is required. The parcel ID of subject property is 43-00-11104-00-4. The subject property is located at 2909 Pheasant Run Road, and it's in the R2 zoning district.
Thank you, Mark. And do we have someone here to represent this case? And as I asked for the previous ones, do you have a legal representation, or are you presenting yourselves?
No legal.
Okay. So are all three of you going to testify or participate? Okay, and we'll swear all of you in.
You solemnly swear to testify about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, ma'am? State your name, yourself.
Rachel Long, Rachel,
I do. Jason Long.
Okay, and Mike, if you could introduce the case to us.
Yes, thank you once again. For the board's consideration is the matter of the Long family at 2909 Pheasant Run Road, requesting relief from 14337A2 to permit it in addition with a side yard setback of 16.4 feet where 20 feet is required. Again, this is an addition to a house that was built prior to the 2006 zoning change. It was built in 1969. The addition will be basically largely in keeping with the side wall of the primary house, and therefore the reason for the request.
Thank you. And Mr. Campbell, I'm sorry, what's your relation to the presentation here tonight?
I'm the architect on the project.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, with that, if you could add to Mike's.
Why don't you all make yourselves comfortable? There's a seat over here, and there's a microphone over
No
there.
one off the
Feel
stand.
free to sit down and relax. Mr. Architect, you're welcome to sit there as well, or stand, or whatever. You're going to allow your architect to make the presentation because he knows what he's talking about, right? But bring that microphone up to your folks so that in case we need to ask you questions.
Okay.
All right. So again, I'm an employee of Hearth Builders. I'm a licensed architect, and I'm the architect on this project. The homeowners that have come, Jason and Rachel Long, they bought the house in 2012. As Mike said, the house was built in 1969. A pool was added, I think, around 1975. And then the zoning code changed. I think was that around 2006 or so. So the house itself currently is no longer conforming. The homeowners would like to add a one-story addition to add an office space to the house because they do a lot of work from home work. In looking at a spot for this addition, this current lot does not conform with the lot width. By this zoning code, it's supposed to be 100-foot minimum, and it's skinnier, about 90-foot minimum. And then again, the zoning code changed in the past previous to this owner having this property. And the side yard setbacks, they project past the current building envelope by about 4 feet on each side. So I'm going to pull this and look over here. So this is the outline of the existing house here. This is dashed line is the side yard setback on each side. Again, roughly 4 feet the house doesn't conform on each side. To put an addition here, we're at 308 square footage of new building coverage. There's again a pool that was built in '75 on the back. So it's inconvenient to move that for an addition like this. Anything on the side here would not comply, and in the front would not comply. So we chose this location because it disturbs this site in the front and this side yard in a lesser way than putting it here. We've tried to not go beyond the existing side of the house here, so we're showing an addition that's 1 foot set back from the current exterior side here. So again, about a 308 square foot addition tucked in behind. This is the existing attached garage. Single story, and maintaining the existing siding of the house, which is a Dutch lap vinyl siding. The homeowners have secured an email from their immediate neighbor, Mark Bulk, that was part of the zoning variance application. And that was Mark Bulk saying he looked over the drawings and design for the new addition and didn't have any issues with it, and left his phone number that he could reach for any questions. So with that, I'll leave it to Jason and Rachel if you guys want to say anything, or if the zoning board has any questions.
Would you like to add anything to your architect? Okay, so you're actually moving the setback 1 foot closer to being compliant with 17 feet, 4 inches?
Correct. The addition will be shy of where it's currently passed. Actually, I'm not sure who has the mouse, but if we scroll down to the next page. Over here, yeah. So this is current garage, and this is addition here. So we're 1 foot back from where it's
So it's
sticking out now.
17 feet, 4 inches.
Is that what you're looking for, 17.4 or 16.4? The application seems to suggest 16.4.
We went with 16.4 because that's where the house currently sits now.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't understand what you were doing, because like our drawings we got, we didn't get this drawing.
You should have copies of all of it, yeah.
You got sheet 2, right?
Sheet 2.
That's this
This is
sheet.
sheet 3. Right-hand corner.
It's here.
Yes, we have this, but the next page, we did not receive this page, is what we're saying.
Where'd the digital file come from?
Yeah, we don't have pictures of the house, other than the schematic.
I do. It's the digital file.
Okay. The picture of the house and the digital files here, and this is a rendering of the addition. So it's the existing garage side here, with the addition occupying this portion.
So in that rendering, then, you're eliminating the garage, essentially.
The existing garage actually has a garage door in the front and the back.
Okay.
And we're framing in the back garage entrance. So the garage will still exist.
Okay.
And the entrance will be on the front of the house.
Okay.
With a standard overhead garage door.
You said it's a 1-story addition.
Correct.
But you want 16.4 is what you're looking for.
Yeah, I think that's what we put on the application, just assuming that we should go for the variance where the house already exists, knowing that we want to respect and just.
Well, but if you get this relief, then the conditions that are always imposed would be is that the drawings that you submitted, that's how you're going to build it.
Sure, we'd be okay with that. We preferred the look of it set back anyway, aesthetically.
So really, it's a 17.4 is what you're looking at then.
If that's you think more appropriate, then that's fine.
But it's just what you're submitting on a drawing, so.
Okay.
What do you want? You want it to be 16.4 or do you want it to be 17.4? Because there's a conflict in the application and the drawing. So which way are you going to do it?
I guess I don't know that we have a strong opinion. We're asking for 17.4 to the new addition.
Okay.
Okay, what questions does the board have?
What's the neighborhood like? Does it have, this might be for Mr. and Mrs. Long. Are there other additions like this in the neighborhood that you've seen?
There's actually an addition right next to us that's much larger.
Okay. The reason I asked that, and you may, if you were paying attention to the other hearings, we asked, there's a 5-part variance test, and one of the questions is it changing the essential character of the neighborhood? And the answer to that is very good. And you're not necessarily having a very aggressive ask because you're not asking for 1,000, 1,200 square foot addition, which is wonderful. We don't often do that. So the question then is this the, and this is really for the architect, it seems to me, is this the best place to put it? You had testified earlier that you thought it was more consistent with what the footprint already is, correct?
Correct. It's more consistent with the footprint is. It's the most compliant spot to put it. Another convenience of putting that placement is you can see in the Google overhead view, the driveway wraps around the back. So where the addition goings, while there's a change in building coverage, there's no change in impervious coverage to the property because it's already driveway there.
Understood, because it's already blacktopped, right?
Exactly.
And you're otherwise compliant with the impervious under the ordinance, right?
Correct. With both impervious and with building coverage.
And the pool doesn't change any of that, because the pool was an addition, right?
The pool surround, we're counting as impervious, the pool itself as not,
And you still comply?
and we still comply.
Okay. And your rear yard setback's fine, your front yard setback's fine, it's only that 17.4 is what you're looking for.
Correct,
When
yeah.
we're talking about 17.4, are we talking about 17.4 as a 4/10ths, or are we looking at that being 4/12ths, or what are we looking at as the 4 inches? What do you think it's gonna be?
We have 17 foot 4 inches to the
Okay,
addition.
just wanted to make sure that was clear.
Thank you.
Sorry, Mr. Chair.
Any further questions by the board? Is there anyone in the audience that has any questions of the Longs? Anyone like to testify? That's in the audience. Nope. Okay, with that, let's do our housekeeping.
Yes. All right, Mr. and Mrs. Long. First of all, I'm impressed because you put both of your names on the application. Well done. Now, the application we're going to mark as A1 for applicant 1. Any objection to that? Excuse me. And that will include the attachments that are there already, which includes the deed and some of the architect's information. Mr. Campbell, correct?
Correct.
Your information's attached, so that's great. We're going to mark this drawing, excuse me, as A2 from Hearth. Any objection to that being marked as A2? Thank you very much. Then we're going to what you see on the screen. That's the certificate of posting, which means that the property was posted with a sign that said, in essence, that we were going to have this application heard at the hearing tonight. Any objection to that being marked as B1 for Board 1? Next one is the letter that would have been sent to people within 500 feet of your home. Any objection to that being marked as B2? No. Next is the mailing matrix that ultimately was where that letter was directed. Any objection to that being marked as B3? No. B4 is the certificate that the letter was in fact sent to those folks on B3. Any objection to that being marked B4? B5 is going to be the proof of publication that you heard about earlier. Any objection to that being included after the fact, once we get it from the newspapers? That would be B5. Thank you very much. I think that was it, Mr. Chair.
Okay, with that, we are going to pause and deliberate a bit, and we'll be back shortly. Okay, we're back, and Joe, you have a motion for us.
I do, thank you. The application of Rachel and Jason Long, docket Z 25-24 for a variance from section 143-37A2 of the Lower Providence Township zoning ordinance to permit the construction of an addition with a 17.4 side yard setback where a minimum of 20 feet is required in the R2 residential district is granted, subject to the following conditions. Consistent with the other applicable regulations, construction, placement, and design shall be as per the application. Testimony, plans, and exhibits introduced into evidence in this case.
Thank you. Do I have a second to the motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Congratulations. Good luck with your project. So that's it for this evening. Our next meeting for those who attend is going to be Tuesday, November 25th, as Thanksgiving is the Thursday, our normal meeting night. So with that, do I have a motion to adjourn? Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
See you next month. Thank you, everyone. 25th. Whoops. 7 o'clock.
See, it's been fun. I know.
Why, what were you thinking?
Do it again.
It would have been a long night if those other two.